Of the Posthomerica artwork. This is chapter 13, the part where they take Troy. So this one's, I made the changes I wanted. Neoptolemus has like a more aggressive pose now. I changed a little bit about his facial expression, and mostly what we did was we overhauled the whole picture so that it matches the production style of the others, so there's no visible outlines, it's just a negative space. And now what we're doing is adding the weathering effects to the picture. So let's do that. For some reason, Athena's stuff, there's like a, what is this? Why does this exist here? I see why. Because this is revealing the under layer, which is orange. It still works, I think. Okay. So the effect that we have added is this. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Oh, I love how it kills some of the details on this. That's kind of nice. Because that's a thing that would happen, like this too, where you'd, pieces of just one of the colors would chip. But like that color specifically, because it, I guess, didn't stand up as well to the test of time or whatever it's made of, you know, is like easier to dissolve in the open air or something. And you'll often see that where like one color is just like coming off. So now the texture in the background is a lot better because it's more consistent. Good. On our old version, we had like a big stretched out texture that did not look, didn't stand up to scrutiny. I'm gonna open my old version of this, the original. Yeah, the other thing that I forgot we added is that we put the highlight color on only Neoptolemus's sword and shield and on Priam's headband, just to try and sort of draw the general emphasis of the action to that point. Despite the fact that the accent color is used a lot more heavily here and here. But I think it just does a little bit to help with that. And what else? My original had much louder background color degradation. And it also had much more sort of like egregious dirt all over the characters. But I think this one is a little bit more I don't know how to describe it, like mature, I guess. Like I have grown up in my sensibilities of like how I want these things to be depicted. More confident, I guess, is how I would describe it. It's more confidently constructed. I think at that time I was a little bit more like sort of enamored with the weathering effects that I could do, so I kind of went overboard on it. I like the idea of these parts being more degraded, just because it would be like a very small, little, intricate piece that's more likely to get chipped or destroyed. Yeah, I think we're good. So now the last step, we just want to look at every little section and just inspect everything. Yeah, it took me a little bit of time, maybe a few hours, just to totally redo this. We didn't remake the artwork, but I took off all the weathering I had previously done, broke down every layer to flatten it, and then reconstructed a lot of the sections. Like the breaking section I had to actually reconstruct because I had burned in the background color, and if I do that, then you can't really do these kind of like texturing effects properly. So I had to totally redo that from an old version, remake this from an old version. A lot of restoration before we then ironically go in to unrestore it. Okay, so the one thing I want to fix here, let's just make a little tiny brush again. And I just want to, his nose kind of like cuts off. Good. Oops. Okay. Aeneas looking good. I gave him a big chin. Not really related to any features described about Aeneas, but they gotta have some kind of distinguishing feature, huh? Aias's frown is a little bit overstated. Oops. That's better. It was like a weird cartoon frown before. Texture-wise, it works. Everything has textures. Good. We can mark this one as good to go. Great. Let's go on to the artwork list. I'm gonna mark that one ready. Now we want to go into chapter 1's artwork, which we spent a lot of time sort of remaking from our original concept and adding details to and stuff. And I think it would be worth doing one extra pass on this. Shield still bother me. That's all in one layer, huh? think I'm going to redo the shield because, number one, the line weight of the helmet and sword and spear halberd, it's too thin. I'm only exacerbating that by making it smaller. But also the helmet makes the sword and halberd look like little weird miniature things, which obviously they're not to scale because it's meant to be a drawing on the shield, but I just didn't like the way that it looked. Yeah, I think that's better. Stupid tool doesn't ever work. Yeah, something closer to that, where the helmet is not a massive helmet. Another issue that I have with this one is, well, so it's a few things. So I want to let's look at what we have here. Okay, good. We have this without the background. Same with these. That's great. I had the foresight to do that at least. This element is, I think, safe. What did we do to add stuff to this? Some kind of weird color situation happening here. Okay, so this is just a color matte. Uh-oh, we don't want that. So for this, we're going to take off all of the matte layers. This stupid thing keeps trying to move. I don't want it to move. Let's use our finger. Does that fix it? Take this off. Good. And then this. For Achilles, take that off. Yeah, a lot of primitive attempts for weathering here, just because this was the first one we ever tried to do it with. So let's just take everything off of here. This is a burned in layer, it looks like. So let's just fill it with this color. I think I'm going to change the background color anyway. Just get rid of that. And these, I remember that I had put like a burned in version of the background into there because I couldn't figure out a better way to do it. So that's clearly going to change. Okay, where am I getting this effect from? Is that just the way it was drawn? That can't be right. Or maybe I like erased into it. There's something still turned on here. It's not this, whatever this is. Okay, this was something. We don't want this anymore. Uh-huh. So there's... How does this make sense, though? Because does this just have black in it? Okay, so if I took this and made it this color... and then I turned on the black, that works then. So we want to just clean. We don't really want it with those extra little pieces in it because we're going to add that chunkiness later. We don't need it to be added now. So this is all good. Now we have like a basic version. Now we take this. We'll delete this, delete whatever this is, turn this off. We're going to make a temporary color in the background. It has to be something that neither, yeah, like that. Okay, good. Turn these off for now. Take these away. Then we can delete anything that... Okay, we really saved a lot of layers with this. Now, this is good. I guess I gotta turn off. We could just leave this as the background color, I guess. We want to take all the background colors out. And we essentially want to be able to affect the line drawing. So let's just take the spear out. We don't really need to change it. Man, I did this in a lot of layers. We just want to thicken these lines, and many of the lines that sort of just feel wrong. Yeah, good. I think at this point we can merge this whole leg too. It doesn't really need to be 3 separate layers. Yep, that's looking better. I was a little too light on the touch with my lines with this, which happens to me a lot when I trace my original drawing. I'll make the lines really light, just kind of unthinkingly, and then they don't match the correct line weight for the picture. See, this is nice that we have this all as a separate thing. Let's turn this off for a second. Oh wait, this or... Okay, we'll leave it on. Let's make this maybe one every other thing. And we're just doing a few tweaks to essentially help the read of the picture from far away so that it's not so intricate. Because Penthesilea in this one, I love all the details we added, but it's a little bit overcomplicated looking. There's nowhere really for the eye to rest on. Like Achilles, you can clearly see spots to rest on. In all of our pictures, really, there's like hero elements. But in this, it's like everything has way too many details, so you never really know where to look. And we're just thickening the lines. That's good. So now this we really only want for the outline sections. Everything else we can get rid of. Oh, I do like this little crease though. We'll leave that. So we have that, we have this. We basically want to redo actually all of this, so we don't need that anymore. This is like a webbing that we're creating here. I don't really think that works. We're screwing ourselves with all these layers. Okay. Good. So on this we had some kind of pattern like this, and then there was like a horizontal thing. So if it was something like that, and maybe Like that. Aha, we put this on the wrong layer. Yeah, that works. Okay, now we can add whatever kind of texture we want to that, or we can just leave it untextured, I guess. So we'll sort of explore some options. The chainmail I like, but it might be a little too intricate, so we'll see what we can do with that. A lot of the line work I'm just going to want to thicken. And I think this line looks weird now because it looks like it's jutting out of the other line. So let's leave that like this. Good. So we're on our way towards fixing the Penthesilea picture. I'm going to adjust some stuff with her head, and we'll see where that gets us. Thanks for joining, ladies and gents. I'll see you next time.